Hi everyone, we are on the SEC.gov website looking at the latest press release from July 25th, 2017 from the Securities Exchange Commission regarding ICOs, initial coin offerings, and token sales. And basically what it says is we are subject to the requirements of the federal securities laws. The report confirms that issuers of distributed ledger or blockchain technology-based securities must register offers and sales of such securities unless a valid exemption applies. Those participating in unregistered offerings also may be liable for violations of the securities laws. Additionally, securities exchanges providing for trading in these securities must register unless they are exempt. The purpose of the registration provisions of the federal securities laws is to ensure that investors are sold investments that include all the proper disclosures and are subject to regulatory scrutiny for investors' protection. Our first quote here is Jay Clayton, SEC Chairman. The SEC is studying the effects of distributed ledger and other innovative technologies and encourages market participants to engage with us. We seek to foster innovative and beneficial ways to raise capital, while ensuring, first and foremost, that investors and our markets are protected. Investors need the essential facts behind any investment opportunity so they can make fully informed decisions. And today's report confirms that sponsors of offerings conducted through the use of distributed ledger or blockchain technology must comply with the securities laws, said William Hinman, Director of the Division of Corporation Finance. The innovative technology behind these virtual transactions does not exempt securities offerings and trading platforms from the regulatory framework designed to protect investors and the integrity of the markets, said Stephanie Avakian, co-director of the SEC's Enforcement Division. As the evolution of technology continues to influence how businesses operate and raise capital, market participants must remain cognizant of the application of the federal securities laws. That was said by Stephen Pitkin, co-director of the Enforcement Division. So, in light of the facts and circumstances, the agency has decided not to bring charges in this instance or make findings of violations in the report, but rather to caution the industry and market participants. The federal securities laws apply to those who offer and sell securities in the United States, regardless whether the issuing entity is a traditional company or a decentralized autonomous organization, regardless whether those securities are purchased using US dollars or virtual currencies, and regardless whether they are distributed in certificated form or through distributed ledger technology. The SEC's Office of Investor Education and Advocacy today issued an investor bulletin educating investors about ICOs. As discussed in the report, virtual coins or tokens may be securities and subject to the federal securities laws. The federal securities laws provide disclosure requirements and other important protections of which investors should be aware. In addition, the bulletin reminds investors of red flags of investment fraud and that new technologies may be used to perpetrate investment schemes that may not comply with the federal securities laws. Join us in the next video when we go over that bulletin. Do your research. Stay protected. Follow me on Twitter.